really more than just about farmers. This is about state government. It is about local governments, county, city. It's going to touch everything in our state if we begin to lose farmers.
Arkansas farmers say they're facing an agricultural crisis.
Rising costs, a shrinking market for some crops have left many in dire need of support, reaching out for any lifeline they can find. Thanks for choosing THV 11 for your news at 6. I am Rolly Hoyt.
And I'm Faith Woodard. Tonight, THV 11's Maya Ellison digs deeper into what's causing this income crisis and what's being done to fix it.
We're beyond ripple, we're beyond crisis, we're to tsunami.
Row crop farmers across Arkansas are sounding the alarm, pushing for help before it's too late.
We're looking at 1 to 3 farms. 1 out of every 3 farms going out of business right now.
Representative and farmer herself, Deanne Vaught, explains the message her and other agriculture leaders discussed during Tuesday's public meeting in Stuttgart. They say it's a tough situation for farms, many of which have been around for decades.
The heartache of having to decide if I can carry on with the 5th generation farm or the 4th generation farm, and knowing that it lands on me if I don't move forward. That is a lot for a farmer to carry on their shoulders.
Now, despite a recent report from the U of A Systems Division of Agriculture showing net farm income expected to rise 22% this year, experts like Jeremy Ross say the math on the ground tells a different story.
At $10 and you harvest a 55 bushel crop, that's $550, and it costs you $580 to put that in, then you're $30 in the hole.
Meaning many farmers are operating at a loss with debts that carry over year to year.
The truth is, it doesn't really matter what you grow. You are projected to lose money on an acre, really no matter what you've planted on it.
Brandy Carroll with the Arkansas Farm Bureau Federation says inflation, tariffs, and global conflicts have all driven up costs, while crop prices remain depressed. And while experts say the Big Beautiful Bill Act will provide $66 billion in new farm investment starting in 2026, Carroll says by then it's too late.
And so they're facing a really hard choice right now, how to keep their families on their farm and how to maintain their way of life. And so there will be a lot of people making really hard choices.
For THV 11 News, I'm Maya Ellison.
Maya, thank you. We spoke with Senator John Bozeman last week about any help that might be in the works. He says he and other local lawmakers are hopeful that some kind of bridge funding could be agreed on as Congress tries to avoid a government shutdown.
Well, last 36 hours been rather stormy here in Arkansas. Lots of rain is falling across the state. I'll show you those amounts a little bit later, but outside we're seeing the skies break up. A cool front is getting closer to Little Rock, still not quite through the area. And our temperature is currently running at 77 with a dew point of 70. That tells me the front has not made it in yet. West breeze coming in currently at 8. Show you that because it gives me an idea of where the front is located. And it's located just to the west of Little Rock. In fact, we've got some showers that are lining up along this frontal boundary in north central Arkansas. It's a slow moving front. It will begin to provide us some drier air later on tonight and early tomorrow. There are the spotty showers and maybe even a rumble or two of some thunder there over north central Arkansas. Here are the current numbers from 70 Mountain Home to 82 Texarkana, 69 Harrison and Fayetteville. Those two locations are really beginning to feel the drier air move in. Hour by hour forecast as we head through the nighttime hours tonight. Skies will continue to clear out, might even have a little fog if that breeze stays down. And then by tomorrow morning, an isolated shower. Temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. I'll have the rest of your forecast for the weekend on the way here in just a few minutes. I think it's one you're going to like.
Tom, thank you. In a THV 11 update tonight, investigators in Little Rock have made an arrest in a double murder case from 2 years ago. 20-year-old Mark Harris Jr. was arrested yesterday, facing 2 counts of capital murder in connection to the deaths of 2 people who were found shot and killed on 14th Street back in December of 2023. But even with this arrest, police say the homicide investigation is still ongoing.
Central Arkansas firefighters are pushing for change that they believe could spread to fire stations throughout the region.
THV 11's Carter Thweet tells us about the bill for rights for firefighters and how it could impact the future of firefighting here in Arkansas.
Rather than be reactive to any situation, we want to be proactive.
That was Fire Marshal Chris Matthews thinking and wanting to make Mayflower the first city in Central Arkansas to adopt the Bill of Rights for firefighters. The bill was written by Andrew Collins, a state representative in Little Rock. It's an option for local departments, giving cities the chance to choose all, some, or none of it.
Cities can either take exactly what we put in code as an example, or they can make some modifications that may work better for them.
So what does it actually say? Well, there are two main parts. First, making sure a firefighter is treated fairly if they're under a disciplinary investigation. And second, making sure they have the same rights as you and me.
If they're off the clock and out of uniform, they can engage in political activity, which is very important nowadays.
Matthews calls a lot of the stuff in the Bill of Rights a no-brainer and says when they brought it to the mayor and city council, they were immediately receptive.
We didn't receive any feedback or, any kind of pushback from our city council, and it pretty much just sailed on through.
Matthews says that Mayflower hasn't really had any disciplinary problems in the past, but at the Little Rock Fire Department with around 400 firefighters, problems are more likely to pop up. Matthew Stallings, the president of the Little Rock Firefighters Union, worked with Collins to make this bill a reality.
There are occasions when somebody, maybe they break a rule or they're alleged to have broken a rule. And so when that happens, we want to make sure that that process is done fairly.
Both Stallings and Collins hope the bill will be adopted in Little Rock and across the state sooner rather than later.
Mayflower has adopted it since then. We're hoping other cities will follow suit.
If we have any opportunity to bring in high quality people, recruit them into our state, keep them engaged in the fire service, I think we should do it, and I think this bill is a small step in that right direction.
In Mayflower, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
All right, Carter, thank you. Meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announcing more changes to the SNAP program today, a move that could cause millions who use food stamps to lose access. Today's announcement updates the kinds of food stores are required to stock on shelves, with a focus on healthier products, cutting back on so-called junk food options. Other upcoming changes like more strict work requirements and changes to how SNAP benefits are calculated, all coming from the massive spending bill Congress passed earlier this summer. The USDA also claims the tighter rules should help cut down on people's benefits getting stolen.
Well, whether it's Taco Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, or wear pink on Wednesdays, we always love a good theme here at THV 11, and there's a new theme trending at the Little Rock School District that we just had to join.
THV 11's Tamer Knight shows us how the idea is keeping students engaged and excited for Wednesdays.
I mean, let's face it, food trends have a way of sneaking onto our plates, whether we want to admit it or not.
I wanted school children to be able to have something they recognize, something that's huge. Wings are a big deal.
LRSD's child nutritionist Stephanie Walker saw an opportunity and thought, why not turn the cafeterias across the district into a trendsetter too?
I mean, we converse around wings, sports are around wings, we party with wings. So I wanted the kids to have wings in their school day.
Since the launch of Wing Wednesday about a year and a half ago, Walker says the support has been overwhelming.
It was such a heartfelt moment for a child nutrition program to have students reaching out to us and telling us the difference that those wings made in their school day.
And as a lover of wings, of course, I went to see what the hype was all about.
So this is the lemon pepper. Oh yeah.
I ate lunch with the sixth graders at Forest Heights STEM Academy, and let me just say, boy, were they a good time.
No, I don't want no high fives. Hayden, this is no eating up, but who am I to come to Forest Heights STEM Academy and not try what's on the menu for a Wing Wednesday? We got a fan favorite, we got lemon pepper, and buffalo.
Yeah. It's hump day. So, it's closer to the weekend, but every time I taste these wings, it just made me forget about all the schoolwork. It be finger licking.
And if you're like me, you're wondering, how far can Wing Wednesday go?
So if the customers want the ranch garlic or the Parmesan garlic or the barbecue or the buffalo, I let the managers decide. I'm just responsible for procuring a good wing and putting it on the menu.
Because whoever back there making these wings, go ahead and come to my house, man, because this is good, bro.
Unfortunately, these wings are only fuel for learning and not for the general public. In Little Rock, Tamer Knight, THV 11 News.
Fun stuff. Hey, you know, even though they're not available to the general public, the Little Rock School District is technically the largest restaurant in the city of Little Rock.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved chicken wings growing up for school lunch. We did not have that.
I know all the lunch ladies at my high school or elementary school would not have looked forward to all of the mess that those would have made.
Can't lie, they did look very good.
Yummy.
Yeah.
We still to come tonight, though. Our neighboring states did not escape any of the severe weather that ripped across the northern part of Arkansas last night. We've got an update from a hospital that's reeling from the damage today.
A lot of heavy rain around Arkansas. Beginning to see the skies break up. There is a cool front just west of Little Rock. Should push through the area by, say, 10 o'clock tonight with some drier air slowly filtering in. I'll have the forecast for the rest of the week, and a beautiful weekend is on the way.